All right, I'm going to try this again, but the first thing that I'm going to do is switch over to my live dashboard to make sure that there is a signal and that I can see your chat if I have to. So just give me a second. We're going to go over here for just a sec, and I want to make sure that the stream is coming through. It says it's receiving a stream and live, but I don't see any imaging on it. So just like I said, I've moved my laptop and my other equipment onto my dining room table just so I have a single command center as I work out these communications modalities. All right, well, let me go back to the webcam and I'm going to explain what I'm trying to do today. Yesterday we hosted, or last night, we hosted a screening of the movie Contagion, and there were a lot of questions afterwards as we had conversation, and I invited the people that attended. There were about 14 or 15 total to engage in a conversation about what they were experiencing, what they're doing to protect themselves and to protect others. Thankfully, Sarah Rocks was there, and she works in a hospital in Colorado, and so she was able to provide a good deal of information. But I also have some tools that I shared with them that I felt like I needed to share with you as well. So I'm going to switch over to the screen now, and in order to do this, I've got to go to right there. And I'm going to refresh this, see if I actually get an image. And the other thing is, if I do this correctly, I'll be able to come back and oh yeah, okay, so I've got a screen. You should be able to see that. So let me introduce you to some of the tools that we're developing and using for this period, exclusive of what we're doing on Gypsy's Kits. The first is a Tumblr blog that we've set up. It's called covidconversations.tumblr.com. I'm going to post that in the chat room right now so that you can have a link to it. Scroll down here. And then I'll get to your questions in just a bit, because I have to get off one screen and onto another in order to be able to do that. So covidconversations, tumblr.com. What we've done here is we're not writing anything. We're just collecting data. We're collecting links to where you can find data on the coronavirus. For example, this is the IHME plan or expectations of how this virus is going to affect hospital resources. They're predicting the peak on April 14th, and you'll see at that time they'll need 232,000 beds. There'll be a 49,000 bed shortage, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a good way to keep an accurate perspective on how the virus is progressing. And you can scroll down here. You're going to see a lot of data, a lot of maps, a lot of articles that are relative and relevant, and links to pages, like I said, where you can get data to tell you what's going on. In addition to that, we're adding the videos that we're producing every Monday night, and I'll talk about those in just a moment. So covidconversations.tumblr, and Tumblr is spelled TUMBLR.com. And like I said, there's no commentary, there's no opinion pieces on here. It's all data that we're collecting available on the internet. The second thing I want to make you aware of is we converted our restorations channel into COVID Conversations channel. You can find it at, let me go back here because it's got a different name. You can find it at youtube.com/c/COVID Conversations. And I'm going to copy that and put that into the chat room so that you can link to it and subscribe to it. And the reason I'm going to suggest doing that is because we are hosting Dr. Coffee Brown every Monday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Dr. Brown is the Director of Emergency Medical Services at the University of New Mexico Medical Center. He's very bright, he's very articulate, he's done the background research, and he's there to answer your questions. There's a variety of ways to ask questions. You can send an email to covidconversations@gmail.com, and let me put that in there. covidconversations@gmail.com. there. youtube.com, or you can send a text message to our studio number, 202-815-1171. And on the night of the show, you can also call into the show. He's there to just answer everybody's questions, and the show will go as long as necessary to answer those questions. So please subscribe, COVID Conversations youtube.com/c/COVID Conversations, and join us on Monday nights at 7 o'clock to get your questions answered by a trained professional. The last thing I'm going to suggest to you is something that we're using. You see us using Zoom all the time, especially now that Shelley and I are remaining in our homes. Zoom.us is a interactive communications platform. It's like FaceTime except for groups. And I like FaceTime when I'm just talking to one of my kids or one of my friends. But the advantage to Zoom is that you can invite hundreds to attend, and if they have a laptop or a telephone, you can download the app to the telephone, or I'm sorry, to the cell phone, and you can download it to your desktop or laptop, and they can communicate from there. And they do have a plan that's free. We have the Pro plan because we wanted conversations that lasted longer than an hour. The basic free one is hosts up to 100 participants, and it has a 40-minute time limit on group meetings. So that's the only limitation for free. You can sign up by clicking on that button right there, and I'm going to go back to zoom.us, and I'll put that link in here as well. Right here, so you have that. All right. So those are three resources that you might find helpful during this period. We're trying to do as much as we can with the resources we have. We are by no stretch of the imagination positioning ourselves as experts in this matter. That's why we have Dr. Brown. And yes, his name is Coffee Brown. And for those of you that are going to make this joke eventually anyway, he does live in the home of Brown. But they've been friends of ours. He and his wife Cheryl have been friends of ours for a long, long time. And he saw this opportunity to help and asked us if we could. So the first time we just loaned him our studio so he could stream to his Facebook page. And then we talked about it and decided, you know what, we can stream this to YouTube and get a lot more information out. So he's been very open to that. I'm going to go back. I don't want to make this a long video. My objective was just to help share information. Let me go back and see if there's, I'm going to open up the chat and see if you guys have any questions. I will post these links in the description box below as well. So hope you guys are seeing it. Let's see. Hey, 3D Bronze, always last in line. Glenna Friedman, Jimmy Fast. Two Tobys are better than one. Okay, so just making sure you guys can hear as I switched over. So Shelley says that she's decided to do a daily journal on the softer side too. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. So she's kind of trapped the way that we are. New Mexico went into lockdown at the beginning of this week, and we're pretty much sticking to it. We think it's in our best interest to do so, and we'll continue to do so until the governor of the state of New Mexico tells us that it's all clear. We don't have as many cases as other states. I don't think we're last in terms of number of cases, but we're down in the lower 40s, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, Jimmy's right. It was the last video. I had forgotten to add the audio when I went to presentation mode. I hope that works out okay. Let's see. When you are by yourself, just my opinion. What do you mean by myself? I wouldn't, quarter French, I would not do anything on a Gypsy's Kiss without my good friend and partner, Shelley Carney. We do have moments where we do the Church of the Search, and that's okay, but she's an integral part of what we do, and we like it that way. Let's see. I think that's about it for now. All right, there's no questions. Again, please, if you can, take advantage of these materials. It's going to be important. for all of us as we progress through this period, to make sure that we have accurate information and data, and not just hearsay and a lot of other things, conspiracy theories that can happen. The best way to protect yourself is to make sure that you have exactly the data you need to protect yourself. So join us on COVID Conversations at Monday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and keep track of all the new data. Every time something new comes out, I'll try and post it to our blog. So stay tuned to that. And there's a lot of good information on there right now, including some very helpful videos that explain exactly how this works, this virus works, how it gets inside your body, and how it works inside your body, all right? Because I was really surprised at how destructive, I guess is the best way to describe it, how destructive it is. All right? So thanks for joining me today. I may do some more of these kitchen table kind of presentations as we move forward with this, and we'll continue to talk about the Forrest Venn treasure on, Wednesdays and Friday nights. I think we're going to continue doing movie night on Saturdays, just so we can get folks together and enjoy each other's company. So if you want to be invited, actually, let me pull that up as well. Let me go back to the presentation mode. And if you would like to be invited to movie night, you have to fill out a form. So let me go to that. And let's see if I can get to it from here. Oh, you can tell Windows didn't update. Okay, so this is the form. I'm going to open it and see if it gets the dang nabbit. There we go. Let's see, it's, let me try something else. Let's see if that's right. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if you would like to be invited to movie night, we do it on Zoom, so we have to have your email address in order to do that. So if you'd like to be invited to movie night, please join us. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to put that link in there too. So I think we're going to do that for the next several Saturdays instead of Church of the Search, just so that we can get together. All right? It was a lot of fun last night. Let's see, Rick Plank says, hey Rick, we haven't seen you in a while. Hello from Cincinnati, safe and sound here. How's everyone? I hope everyone is healthy. So far we are healthy. Everybody in my family, everybody in Shelley's family, we're doing pretty good because we're adhering to the not only social distancing, but we're attempting to make sure that we quarantine ourselves in our own houses. I'm doing things like getting my groceries through Walmart delivery and anything else I need from Amazon. And honestly, it's amazing how much you don't have to do with things like that. I did, yesterday I had to mow my lawn for the first time, and I didn't have any gas in the container. So I went, there's a gas station about a block and a half away from me. So I went to the gas station and filled up my my gas can with gas for my lawnmower. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. I'll leave this video up just so you have links that you can check out and keep informed as we move forward with all of this. Shelley Carney, thanks, and I'll see you in a bit.